Live a little before you die. I'm not a paedophile. There's more honor in the human trafficking. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the holiday they had in Reykjavik. And I put on an episode of Joe Rogan, and she did ghost me. Hello everyone, welcome to week 2 of the Still Show. They said it couldn't be done, 2 in a row, but we're here to prove the haters wrong. And this week is all about masculinity and, more importantly, the Manosphere. A sphere more toxic than the planet Jupiter. A little science joke for you guys there. You weren't expecting that from me with my dyed hair and crooked teeth for you. Now look, I don't have a six-pack or crypto to sell you yet, but if I get in shape this summer, I will start hoiling creatine gummies at you guys. Being a man is a confusing thing, and especially young men. I get it, they've got a lot of rage, they've got a lot of anger, they don't know where to put it. And if you're a real man, you need to take that pain, you need to take that anger, and you turn it against the people you love, the nearest and dearest, the only people who can help you. You yell at them. This is where stops! There is somewhat of a male loneliness epidemic. And the problem with it that I have is a lot of these young men at the moment, they can't find girlfriends. So they're going online, they're looking at PTs who then introduce them to fascism somehow. And they want to lock into the gym. And then they're posting videos of them getting jacked, deadlifting. And women do not find that impressive. Do you know who finds that impressive? Me. That's what you're getting in your DMs. You're not getting the girl coming in. You're getting someone like me going, that is immaculate form, young brother. But this is how bad masculinity has gotten. They've sent Louis Theroux in. He's had to release a documentary exposing the Manosphere for what it is. A lot of these red pill influencers telling teenagers that the only thing that's going to make you happy is pussy, money, cars, and as a man with none of those things, I can tell you, you can still live a moderately happy life without it. The one thing I have with this documentary, I don't understand why any of them have agreed to do it. How did none of them know who Louis Theroux was?
Apparently he's a respected documentarian, Louis Theroux. Oh shit.
That their team didn't work this out, that someone went, oh my God, HS Tiki Toki, Louis Theroux wants to film with you. Oh, who's that? He's done documentaries on Jimmy Savile, the Church of Scientology, extremist evangelical families. And these people went, oh, those people have nothing to hide. I'm sure they came out well with it. I know I have a criminal Forex trading platform, but he's not going to find that out. And all this Manosphere stuff, it's nothing new. I think for people watching, like, understand this isn't a new phenomenon, a word that I can't say, but you have tuned in to watch this idiot speak. Neil Strauss, he wrote a book called The Game in 2005, which was all about pursuing women and how to get them created the invention of negging. And as bad as that book was, there was a good thing about it, and that was you had to read. If you wanted to manipulate women back then, you had to sit down with a book. I think that would be a fun thing to do a bit of performative reading on, trying to get women to like you on the tube. Instead of bringing out Wuthering Heights, you just open the game, you look over at her and you go, why are you wearing those shoes with that outfit? And then you can end up on Hot Guys Reading on the Train. There is a problem for men at the moment, though, especially having grown up in the internet era and all of these things. And it's you don't know what route to take as a guy at the minute. We only have 2 options. You're either Sid Batty or Andrew Tate. You can't just be allowed to be a normal man anymore. You either have to carry around a toy duck, film yourself eating alone in the name of mental health, or be accused of being involved in human trafficking. And those are the 2 options. And listen, I hate to say it, but there's more honor in the human trafficking. I think being accused of a human trafficker is actually a bit more oh my God, who's this guy? He's got human trafficking allegations, rather than sitting in a Nando's opposite a stuffed duck. But the brave Sid Batty, he posts mental health content, which I'm all for, get people talking about their mental health. Not too much though, you know. Keep some stuff to yourself. But I think a lot of it's performative. It's stuff like this.
3 weeks ago, I walked into my local Haze Travel and told them, I have a dream as well. I want to be in Reykjavik for New Year's Eve. 2 days later, I was given a full itinerary and the trip was booked. And we were leaving in a week.
What a dream. Martin Luther King's speech pales in comparison. I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the colour of their skin, but by the holiday they had in Reykjavik. I'd never thought my life would be possible. What? Going to fucking Reykjavik? You can get an EasyJet flight there. And the entire way we talk about men's mental health, it's just stupid. It's become silly. It's become performative. Like Vinnie Jones here.
But the difference between back then and now is that when I'm feeling rubbish, I don't just bottle it up. I talk about it.
Talk about your mental health, you slag. Stop being sad. Fucking open up. That was the men's mental health campaign by Vinnie Jones and the mobile coverage network Free there. The collab we've all been waiting for. If Free had any balls, their next campaign would then be going, when you're on the phone to the Samaritans, running that warm bath with a toaster, for just £15 a month, we can talk you out of suicide. Vinnie Jones, I like Vinnie Jones. I think he's a fantastic character. He seems like a nice guy, but I just think there's something very funny about being a mental health guy and also doing things like this.
Hi, I'm Vinnie Jones. Let's play some roulette.
Fuck doing it with phone coverage networks, doing mental health with them. You should do it with a gambling advert. Combine the two, just Vinnie Jones going, open up, you slag. If you're thinking of jumping off a bridge, put it on 16 red. Live a little before you die. And mental health has become a racket, by the way. It's just become an avenue to flog creatine gummies and get-rich-quick schemes and offer this quick, fast solution to people who are generally having a bad time. They get them to become angry at women, and I have female friends who match with guys on Hinge. And the stories are insane because within 5 minutes of chatting, the guy will go off on some rant about how they hate feminists and women are ruining masculinity. And it's like, brother, you are so close to having a date and maybe getting laid. As a guy, as a man, learn when to shut the fuck up. If you match with a woman, don't talk about how all women should be subservient to men, crypto, as I learnt Joe Rogan's podcast. Because genuinely one night I stayed over at a girl's and I like to listen to podcasts while I sleep, and I asked to put a podcast on and she was like, oh yeah, sure. And I put on an episode of Joe Rogan and she did ghost me. It wasn't even a Jordan Peterson episode. It was just like George St. Pierre. But that was enough. I do feel like with all these guys out there who are screaming one way, you've got to go to the gym and get a six-pack, and without that, you're not a man. And on the flip side, it's you've got to do this sort of performative sadness. Not saying that Sid Batty does that, but I think that's sort of what it's alluding to. And he puts up videos like this.
I've been lucky enough to do a lot of travelling. I've never actually spoke about how it changed me. I left my comfort zone in the hope of finding my purpose in life. I wanted to be more confident and I wanted to make memories that would last me a lifetime. Travelling to new places has just become that little bit easier because Etihad are giving you up to 26% off so many flights for travel until September 30th.
Now, just to be deep for a minute, I've had friends, my stepdad took his own life. And when I see videos like that, what breaks my heart about it is they never got to fly with Etihad. And I can't stop banging home this point. I think in the world of social media, and look, I'm part of it, I'm a hypocrite. This isn't a show where I'm here to fucking inform you, for God's sake, but I'm a comedian, I've got to take the piss. But this world of social media we live in now, where everything becomes this performative outlook, and I worry about the way we're using men's mental health, which is a serious subject, to promote stuff, to get clicks, to get views. Like, look at this shit.
Never! This is it! This is where it stops! No more!
Are men okay at the minute? Like, I would genuinely rather commit seppuku. I think that's how you say it. I'm sure you have to put a Japanese twang on it, which we're not going to do until week 4. This ancient Japanese ritualistic suicide. Not that I'm saying you should do it, but I think there's more honour in that. This is where it's important to chat to your friends about mental health. Like, did these people have any friends they show that video to that would go, you don't do that, bro. If you need to go into a field and scream no more, just don't film it and upload it to the gram. This is by far the weirdest trend I've seen men doing at the moment. Good men are going to have to do some bad things. What is the bad thing you're doing? Is it ignoring your family and sitting in the car looking moody? Because you fucking achieved it. To stop the bad men, don't vote for them. Stop voting for the people in the Epstein files. That would be my way of mitigating this whole entire situation. Like, how are you expecting to get access to the elites of this world involved in these files when you probably don't even have access to your own kids on the weekend? What are we doing as a society where content creators see this trend and go, better go sit in my car and act like I'm about to lead a revolution against a satanic paedophile cult? Is it possible to do fucking less than sit in your car and go... I've always found the cringe content of when people go up to a homeless person and they film it for views and stuff. There's this big philosophical debate. Does altruism really exist? And I guess this isn't an altruistic act. I never thought we'd get to a point where, as a content creator, you would have to start doing I'm not a paedophile content. I thought that would be a fucking given. Is this what I have to do to get this channel off the ground? I don't think I've got it in me to kill someone. Anyone. I don't know if that makes me a weak man. I'm sure Andrew Tate would call me pathetic.
Shut the fuck up.
I've hired a personal trainer and I've let them down. There's a guy called Mark online who I'm paying £50 to a week. And he has my best interests at heart. And I can't be fucked to go and do that. I'm not doing advanced weapons training to join in a revolution. Women, you need to take over. If this is the future of masculinity, I think the future should be female.